Incessant rain and landslides in Uttarakhand claimed 5 lives, and authorities in the hill state have sounded a red alert as water level was rising in all the major rivers, including the Ganga, with more heavy showers forecast in the next 2 days. A cloudburst in Pithoragarh saw a house washed away while pilgrims were killed in Uttarkashi after boulders hit the car that they were travelling in. In view of the rain forecast, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami urged people to avoid unnecessary movement and has requested pilgrims coming to the state to plan their journey only after getting the latest weather information. In a tweet, he said he has directed the administration to remain on alert mode to deal with the situation. The Uttarakhand DGP has also asked people to avoid travel to the state till the 13th.
We had the orange alert earlier, but then we were ready and we have alerted all our districts, and we have even given on social media and to ANI and to everyone that people should avoid their travel plans to hills, Char Dham and other hills. So we've almost stopped traffic to the hills.
And the IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department, has also said that their focus has shifted from Himachal Pradesh now to Uttarakhand.
The worst is over for Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab already has been clear. Jammu and Kashmir also clear. Himachal Pradesh also system is improved. There is no such heavy rainfall which can create danger so far. And therefore, we have to take care of Uttarakhand and adjoining West UP, where we are expecting heavy to extremely heavy rainfall today. And Uttarakhand rainfall will continue for tomorrow. So we have to be very careful for next 2 days for Uttarakhand and West UP.
So finally, some relief for Himachal Pradesh today, 2 days after record-breaking rain induced flash floods, landslides and building collapses. The Chief Minister today conducted an aerial survey and said that the priority is to restore power and provide clean drinking water. In fact, that's a crisis currently in Shimla. The government is also trying to establish alternative routes where roads have been washed away. Now, one of the worst affected districts, Mandi, awoke to bright sunshine today and a little hope. NDTV's Ankit Tyagi reports.
Pando Bazaar in Himachal Pradesh submerged in flash floods, and a 100-year-old bridge washed away.
Pando Bridge span 288 feet, 1923.
NDTV managed to reach on the ground to bring you the aftermath.
I've come across to Pando, right on the Pando Dam. This is on the Beas River, which has in fact wreaked havoc not only in Mandi but going forward to Kullu and up to Manali. This is the dam, and you can see the ferocity, the force of the water that it is being released. All the gates of this dam are still open because upstream, the catchment area, because of the heavy rainfall that took place for 48 hours, the water is still above the danger mark.
As we reached the main Pando town, angry residents had blocked the roads. They say after 36 hours of devastating flash floods, the administration is yet to provide them any relief. Many breaking down while narrating their ordeal.
कुछ खाने नो 3 दिन हुए भूखे बैठे लो कोई नहीं पूछ रहा सानू बात नहीं पूछ रहा कोई क्या है क्या बोले वोट लड़ तो सारे आ जाते वोट दो वोट दो वोट दो वोट के तो देने से तो सब कुछ छूट गया रोटी खाने नो भी नहीं पूछना
As we make our way to the Pando Bazaar, we see houses after houses full of sludge and mud. People clearing the mud and the debris from their houses. Sarabjit, whose daughter was to get married in January, tears up as she shows the damage to her house because of the floods.
बुक्स वगैरह पूरे खत्म हो गए मेरे बच्चों के बुक्स वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं रहे, पेन तक नहीं हमने उठाया अपने बच्चों का, पेन तक भी। और देखो
समय नहीं था इतना,
समय नहीं था। 7 मिनट में आया हमारे पानी, 9 फुट पानी देखो यहाँ तक आ गया हमारे। ये देखो
ये निशान दिख रहा है,
निशान दिख रहे हैं ना।
Shopkeepers in the area have been hit hard, goods totally damaged.
कितना सामान था सर ये?
हमारा तो मिनिमम इसमें 300 कट्टा ऐसे दालों का था, मतलब 200 कट्टा हमारा खराब हो गया।
200 कट्टा खराब हो गया?
जी जी।
पानी ऊपर तक भर गया था?
पानी तो इसके लेवल 5-4 या 5 फुट की लेवल तक ऊपर पानी आ गया था।
6 to 7 feet of sand and mud tells the story of the damage River Beas has done to Pando.
You've seen that big yellow road roller constructing roads somewhere around your city, yourself. This is that road roller that I'm standing on. It's quite high. If you remember, it's 7 to 8 feet where the driver sits. Look at that. That's the driver's seat. And why is it quite high? Why does it feel that I am this road roller and the driver's seat was on the ground level? Because the water had come till here. It had inundated this, and what is left of that is this sand, the sludge and the debris. This looks like a miniature version, and I look like a giant standing next to this vehicle. This was completely buried under the water. The water had come from there and had completely gone over. In fact, it was so high that it had gone over this area. Now, what is left is this, as I was telling you with that road roller as well, the aftermath. This is completely filled with sand. So the water must have seeped inside. You will see this is completely filled with sand. This is what is left. And I don't know how much they will have to dig to take this car out, in fact, from the position that it has now found itself in. With my colleague Govind and camera person Joseph Ankit Tyagi in Pando.
All right, so the aftermath of that devastation in Himachal. Now in Punjab, while the focus over the last 2 days has been on the flooding that took place in the cities, now the administration's focus has shifted to assessing crop damage. Farmers are calculating their losses as the heavy rain over the last few days inundated fields and destroyed standing crop.
54-year-old Hari Singh, a paddy farmer in Mohali's Amlala village, counting his losses. This as his hopes of a profitable rice plantation this year now under flood water. As we wade through his inundated field, all that one can see is uprooted paddy and havoc on the fields, unleashed by the most intense July rain Punjab has seen in nearly 30 years.
पूरे साल की जितनी भी हमारी मेहनत है की हुई है तो बर्बादी है अभी ये तो जितनी फसल है पानी इतना ज़्यादा आ गया कि कभी इतना पानी पहले देखा नहीं हमने अपनी 30-35 साल में पानी इतना कभी नहीं आया कल तो यहाँ पे कुछ पता ही नहीं चल रहा था कि हम भी बचेंगे कि नहीं बचेंगे फसल से ही घर चलता है ना तो किसान है हम किसान से ही ताल्लुकात हैं हमारे इसी के साथ ही गुजारा चलता है अगर यही ख़त्म होगी तो देखो फिर क्या बनता है अब
Thousands of acres of land sown with paddy submerged and over 150 villages on the river bank in just Mohali severely impacted as the water level of the Ghaggar rose nearly 20 feet in the past 52 hours. Even as farmers come together to prevent the water from entering their homes, the personal loss for each is already worth lakhs of rupees.
नुकसान का कोई अंदाजा ही नहीं जी बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान हो गया जी बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान जी
The administration is yet to assess the crop loss and the impact it will have on prices and subsequently supply chains.
इसकी भरपाई हमारी अर्ज तो यही है कि सरकार करे कब करती है सरकार वो सरकार ने देखना है यहाँ पे और भी बड़े ऑफिसर आके देखें यहाँ पे सारे वैसे ऑफिसर आ रहे हैं बीडीओ साहब एसडीएम साहब हमारे यहाँ कल भी चक्कर लगा के गए हैं सारा कुछ ही हमारा तो जीवन अस्त व्यस्त हो गया है कल से लेके क्योंकि ये हमारे रास्ते हैं हमारी सड़कें टूट गई हैं ये हमारा पुल था इस पुल को हमारे 50 गांव उधर के 50 गांव इस साइड के कनेक्टिविटी थी हमारी
Punjab's agricultural minister says, we have deployed special teams and are keeping a close watch on the situation across the state. If rain continues, farmers are likely to be impacted more. We are ready with our plan of action. While we talk about the urban civic mess due to the torrential rains, the worst hit in the long run are the farmers of Punjab and Haryana. The entire fields inundated, their crop uprooted. Well, while the government has just started to take, assess the situation as far as the loss is concerned, the big question is how will these farmers cope given the fact that their entire year of hard work is now underwater. In Mohali with camera person Sushil Rathi, Vedant for NDTV.
And in Delhi, the Yamuna breached the danger mark after Haryana released more water into the river from the Hatnikund barrage. More rain is also forecast, and authorities evacuated families from low-lying areas considered vulnerable to flooding and shifted them to relief camps and community centers in various parts of the city.
Evacuated, but not really rehabilitated. These people, 7,000 according to some reports, have been moved from the overflowing banks of the Yamuna and have been living under this flyover in Mayur Vihar in East Delhi for over a day. But they say they have no food, no water and no toilets.
बस सुबह का एक टंकर पानी आया, बच्चा उधर भूखे मर रहे सबके।
अरे सारी समस्याएं हैं यहाँ, नहीं भोजन पानी की व्यवस्था नहीं कुछ है, बच्चों देख ही रहे हो ऐसे पड़े हम लोग।
कल का सुबह खाना खा रखे,
खाना खा लिए, खुद से जो लाए थे वो बनाए, खुद से बनाए।
Others in the Yamuna Bazaar area, just on the edge of the river, haven't moved out, even though the dirty water has invaded their homes. About 1,000 people have stayed on here, though some are preparing to leave.
वो तो साल हो गया, बताते हैं लोग कई साल पहले इतना आया था।
खाना पीना सब बंद हो गया सर, खाना पीना काम से मिलेगा, कुछ भी नहीं खाना पीना।
Officials of the Delhi Boat Club, the Municipal Corporation and the Yamuna Flood Board are working overtime to evacuate people. Yesterday, Chief Minister Kejriwal met all these officials and made plans to deal with the impact of the unprecedented rain on the national capital.
हरीश जी, कितने बोट का इंतजाम आपने कर रखा है अगर कोई उस तरह की स्थिति है?
करीब 40 तो बोटें यमुना में उतारी हुई हैं और उसके बाद में 15-20 बोटें ऊपर स्टैंड बाई भी की हुई हैं। पूरा इंतजाम है, सब पे डाइवर्स दो एक बोट पे दो डाइवर्स भी हैं।
कोई आंकड़े कि कितने लोगों को शिफ्ट आपने करवाया होगा पूरे रिवर बेड इलाके में से?
देखिए करीब मेरे ख्याल से अगर पूरी 6 डिस्ट्रिक्ट पड़ती हैं तो उसमें करीब 25-30 हज़ार आदमी तो ऊपर करा दिए हैं।
Rail and traffic route has been closed at old Loha bridge since 6 a.m. because due to, you can see the flow of river right now. Here we are standing at the Yamuna Boat Club, and this is due to approximately 50 lakh cubic water has been released from Hatnikund barrage.
This two-tier bridge, known as the old railway bridge, is now shut. No cars in the lower level, no trains on the upper level. As the water level in the Yamuna is at an all-time high, last seen in 1978. With Parimal Kumar, Bureau Report, NDTV.
The recent flash floods and extreme rainfall that we've been seeing in Himachal Pradesh as well as parts of North India have put the focus back on our weather predicting capabilities, as that is key to help governments and local administration be better prepared for extreme weather events. Now currently India depends on satellite data and computer models for weather prediction. The Indian Meteorological Department uses the INSAT series of satellites and supercomputers for their predictions. Forecasters use data generated by the satellites around cloud motion, cloud top temperature, water vapor content that help in rainfall estimation, weather forecasting and tracking cyclones as well as the direction cyclones may take. Now the Indian Meteorological Department is also using Doppler radars to improve efficiency in predictions. The number of Doppler radars has increased from 15 in 2013 to 37 in 2023, and the government has said it will add 25 more radars in the next 2 years. Doppler radars are used to predict rainfall in the immediate vicinity, making prediction more timely and accurate. Now, India is also set to acquire its fastest supercomputer by next year at an estimated cost of 900 crore rupees. This will be 3 times faster than the existing supercomputers that we have, the Mihir and Pratyush, and will enhance block level forecasts. With climate change leading to more extreme weather events, timely predictions have never been more crucial. News now from Bengal, and the Trinamool Congress surged ahead in the Panchayat polls as trends come in with counting underway for the Gram Panchayats, Panchayat Samitis and Zilla Parishads in the state. This counting will continue till tomorrow. Now, even as the Trinamool is headed for a massive win, the results will leave reasons for worry for the party, as some strongholds have shown the opposition throwing a challenge, and the BJP also has made inroads along expected lines. Well, let's go across to Saurabh now for more. And Saurabh, give us more highlights, from the results so far, the leads that we've seen and disappointment for the Congress and the left?
Yes, disappointment for the Congress and the left, but they have made significant wins in Murshidabad, and that's of course something that they were expecting. The Trinamool is surging ahead as expected, but the BJP will also not to be disappointed, even though it's a distant second, because it is making inroads. Now, again, that was expected because the BJP won in several seats, and rural voters have also voted for those seats in the Lok Sabha or whether it's in the Vidhan Sabha. So in that context, the BJP won't be too unhappy with the results as well. But in all of this, we've seen some unusual visuals from candidates running away with ballot papers, dumping ballot papers in drains, to one candidate allegedly even swallowing ballot paper so that the opposition candidate cannot win. And of course, there were bombs hurled, etc. So Bengal unfortunately hasn't been able to move away from the pattern of violence. The Trinamool, though, will be happy with the result, that it's able to hang on to its grip in the rural parts of Bengal. And of course, that's something that the Trinamool would be its takeaway, but the BJP won't be too unhappy either. And the Congress and the left will have a lot of homework to do, even though they've registered significant wins in certain areas.
All right. Thanks so much, Saurabh, for joining us there with the latest. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Muslim World League Secretary General Mohammed bin Abdul Karim Al Issa jointly addressed a gathering of religious leaders and academics in Delhi today. Al Issa is a former Saudi Minister of Justice and is in India on a 5-day visit.
As an inclusive democracy, India has successfully managed to provide space for all its citizens, regardless of their religious, ethnic and cultural identities. Amongst its numerous religious groups, Islam occupies a unique and significant position of pride, with India being home to the second largest Muslim population in the world.
ولكننا عندما نتحدث عن الحكمة الهندية، نتحدث عن الدستور الهندي، نتحدث عن مقومات، عن دعائم مهمة جدا لصناعة وإبقاء هذا التعايش ماثلا على الواقع.
A setback for the central government today. The Supreme Court said that the extension of Sanjay Kumar Mishra's tenure as Enforcement Directorate Chief is illegal. It was the third extension, but allowed him to continue till the 31st of July. Now, the centre has been asked to look for a new chief for the probe agency. S.K. Mishra's extended term violates the mandate of a judgment in 2021. The Supreme Court said it was, as I said, his third extension. Now, Mr. Mishra's repeated extensions had provoked strong objections from the opposition, which accused the government of weaponizing the Enforcement Directorate against opponents. The Supreme Court today directed day-to-day hearing of a clutch of petitions relating to the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. These day-to-day hearings will take place from the 2nd of August. Today, the Supreme Court took up the matter after a gap of 4 years.
Nearly 4 years after the revocation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir and the state's bifurcation, the Supreme Court took up a batch of petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the centre's move. The Constitution Bench, headed by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, said that it will hear the challenge on day-to-day basis from the 2nd of August. The court made it clear that the centre's affidavit defending abrogation of 370 will have no bearing on the constitutional issue. The centre in its affidavit submitted on Monday had cited improved situation and development in Jammu and Kashmir post-abrogation to justify its decision. While IAS officer Shah Faisal and former student leader Shaila Rashid have withdrawn their petition, there are 20 pleas in front of the top court. At the heart of the case is the role of governor and also if Parliament can turn an entire state into a union territory, that too without the consent of the state legislature. Omar Abdullah, whose party, the National Conference, is one of the petitioners, has said he expects a decision from the top court soon.
370 के मामले में सुनवाई शुरू हो गई है और उम्मीद करते हैं कि जल्द से जल्द मामले को जो है इसकी सुनवाई खत्म हो और इस पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो फैसला है वो हमारे सामने आ जाए.
The Chief Justice has also set the deadline of 27th of July for all parties to submit documents.
Beginning of regular hearing by the Constitution Bench of Supreme Court from August 2nd will coincide with the completion of 4 years of abrogation of Article 370. Legal experts say whichever way case goes will have far-reaching implications on Jammu and Kashmir and also the federal structure of country. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.